Hi, this is Tim Perry, Senior Content Manager with Multi-Channel Merchant. I'm with Eric Castellucci, who is the Online Marketing Manager for Wrigleyville Sports, and we're going to talk a little bit about some of the issues that are pressing merchants today as we get ready to kick off IRCE 2013. So Eric, Cyber Weekend, I'm not sure if that's a big weekend for you guys as much as, say, the World Series, the All-Star Game, anything like that, but I know last year was the biggest Cyber Weekend yet. Is this something that's got you guys thinking about Cyber Weekend 2013 now? And what are you guys doing to prepare for that kind of customer onslaught?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, it's something we're always looking forward to. It's nice because it's, unlike a World Series or a Stanley Cup, it's a consistent thing. We know when it's coming every year. We can plan for it. We can expect it to come. So that kind of thing works, and then we can kind of try out new things each year and see what works, what doesn't work, try out a few things even amongst the weekend just to see what things are working better in a certain year. But yeah, it's always something that we're looking forward to. We don't really start planning too in-depth yet, but we've kind of thrown around some ideas of things that we'll want to try out coming up. So.
I've been a fan of the Wrigleyville Sports on Facebook. I follow you guys on Twitter. What do you guys? But tell our audience what you guys are doing to make the most of social media. And do you guys see that as more of like a merchandise selling tool, or a way to interact with Cubs fans and just baseball fans in general?
Yeah, we like to try to make it kind of a mix there. We don't want to be just product promotion the whole time, but we want to make sure we're engaging with the customers in a way that they would be interested in as far as sports. We like to try to post sports articles, just talk general sports things, trade season especially, games. A lot of the people that are working on the social media are sports fans themselves, so they're watching the Blackhawks, they're watching the Phillies, the Cubs, all the teams that we sell. So they're posting these things. So we want to kind of keep people engaged with that, but at the same time still market products, different promos we're doing, just make it an outlet there too for both sides.
Speaking of the Hawks, I know the conference finals are going on. Does that change merchandising selection for you guys? We're also talking not really the beginning of baseball season, but almost you're getting close to the midway point, and people are getting more and more into baseball. But does hockey, or even when the Bulls are doing as well in the NBA playoffs, does that change how you guys do some of your merchandising?
For the most part, yeah. I mean, we definitely promote stuff a lot more depending on what team's playing, what team's doing well. Blackhawks, especially right now. I mean, it's a lot of Blackhawks promotion. The things that we're pushing, we're bringing in some new Blackhawks stuff. If they clinch the Stanley Cup, then we will get the conference stuff in, and obviously if they win the Stanley Cup, we'll get the champs merchandise in. So everything will switch gears just to Hawks. And we also do Penguin stuff, so if they can pull things out too, we kind of got another horse in the race there. But yes, everything's kind of focused on hockey right now, but it's still, we're still focusing a little bit on Cubs and Phillies and Pirates and White Sox too. So.
What are some of the things that you guys are doing to attract the mobile shopper? And do you think that shoppers will start making purchases through their smartphones and not just use them to comparison shop and do showrooming?
Yeah, I mean, we've seen mobile traffic. We've been able to gauge it through analytics and through NetSuite. The one thing we haven't seen a ton of purchases coming through yet, and I mean the site's not completely optimized at the moment. It's something that in the next month or two it should be a lot more optimized for mobile shoppers. But one thing that we do see, we don't feel it's going to be a huge thing in our industry at the moment. It seems like a lot of people are doing more of the browsing on their phones and then either coming to the store or purchasing online. But we definitely want to make as many channels available to our customers and make it as easy as a process as possible. So.
Is showrooming an issue for you guys? I know it seems to me that now the times that I've been to Wrigleyville Sports has been before, during, or after a Cubs game, so you've had an onslaught of people in there already. But do people go in and actually do showrooming and try to compare to other things, or is it where they're going to find more unique stuff at Wrigleyville anyway than they would at other places online?
Yeah, we don't see a lot of showrooms, luckily. We're pretty fortunate with that. Like you said, most people that come into the store are, they're there kind of because of the game or because of whatever reason. So the majority of people that come into the store do actually leave with a purchase. We do see some people that come in just to see things. I mean, we're selling the same stuff that a couple of the stores in our area sell, and a lot of other sites that they can go to Amazon and find it too. So you see that occasionally, but for the most part, we try to offer other things as far as customer service and quick shipping and things that can help promote that, that would give us an edge over somebody else selling the same product other than price.
And how about retargeting? I know that's become a big thing for merchants the last couple of years. Consumers seem more confident. They seem more thankful now that when they see, for instance, if there's a Wrigleyville ad that's kind of following them around the web, at least they know, okay, it's because they were at the Wrigleyville site and they may have looked at an item and not gone back and buy it. But has your retargeting strategy changed as consumers are more comfortable with the practice?
Not too much. We've been doing retargeting for a couple of years now. The strategy hasn't changed too much. We still do it, pretty much follow the same path that we did before. We try to definitely get a lot more into our cart abandonment and retarget those customers and get we have emails that go out a couple days after they've looked at the site and kind of show them the products they looked at and try to re-engage interest there and get the customer to come back. But as far as the overall strategy, it hasn't changed too much over the last year or two.
Now, what about the relationship between the front end of your business and the back end? Have you seen? Is that like a tight working relationship? I know you guys aren't a bazillion-dollar merchant like one of the super large guys, but it seems like you guys are able to keep everything together and work tightly as a unit. Is that something that seems to make sense?
Yes, that's one of the real benefits of us being a smaller company is that while we can still do a lot of business as the bigger companies do, we're always engaging with each other. I'm constantly talking with the purchasing manager, with the warehouse, with different parts of our team just on a daily basis. And we're all housed in the same office, so it's a nice easy process and easy for us to all figure out what a strategy we want to move going forward and what things are working that we see in different spots of the business.
I know you guys run NetSuite's e-commerce platform.
Mm-hmm.
How much does that help with keeping the front end and back end in motion as well?
That's been great. Especially as far as reporting, we can, I have reports that I share with other people and they have their reports that they share with me, and we all can discuss based on these reports, what we see working, what products are selling well, as far as shipping, what shipping methods seem to be working the best and getting items to the customer as quick as possible. So it's been extremely helpful.
I know Fukudomi gets traded to the Indians. All of a sudden, you got a bunch of things you got to get rid of. The Rich Harden T-shirt. I'm actually going on pretty soon to buy that at $5. I know he's been off the team for a few years now, but I know that's part of the nature of what you guys do too. A player gets traded, a new guy comes along, somebody retires, and all of a sudden nobody wants to buy that merchandise. But what are some of the more creative things you guys have done to clear out merchandise? Like, have you guys done anything with like the marketplaces? Have you guys done any like buy one get one specials, anything like that?
Yeah, definitely. We try to push a lot of that stuff, especially on the marketplaces. We do see a lot of that kind of stuff. The clearance items sell very well on the marketplaces. But as far as promotions, we recently we did a buy one get one 50% off for clearance items. So, and that ended up being very successful. We were able to do the promotion right through the advanced promotions that NetSuite offers. So it was an easy process to set it up. Everything went pretty smoothly, and it really helped push a lot of that merchandise that otherwise wouldn't have sold. So, but especially those, player shirts that we've probably had for quite a few years.
I know there's a school of thought on that where people would say, oh, if there's all this clearance, that means their order management wasn't done well or something like that. But is it just really the nature of being a sports seller?
It is. There's a lot that goes into just obviously the purchasing and deciding what based on what market and what what's going to sell the best. But there's certain things. Steelers Super Bowl a couple of years ago, we had sold. They had won. I don't believe they were back-to-back Super Bowls, but they were pretty recent between each other. And the one year we sold a ton of locker room caps, and then 2 years later they changed the style, and it just ended up being a style that nobody liked the colors. And just based on that, we had a lot more of these caps left over. That it was something you really couldn't foresee until we had them, and then realized that the demand's not quite as there.
Was it the year that they had the blue and green caps?
That's the one.
Yeah, I have a friend who's a Steelers fan. They was always all excited when we won the Super Bowl. The commercial came on. Here's the caps, and he was like, "That's ugly." Yeah. He went from glee to, oh, this stinks.
Exactly. And it's nothing that nothing we do any differently. It's just how the fans like them or don't like them.
One final question. The Marketplace Fairness Act. We know that something's going to happen, and it looks like all merchants will be paying will have to charge a sales tax, regardless of where, I guess with the exception of the states that don't charge sales taxes. What's Wrigleyville Sports' stance on that? Is this something you guys are in favor of? You guys see this as, I've seen people say, the Marketplace Unfairness Act. What's your take?
I mean, we're kind of in the middle. I mean, we always like to, obviously the customers like it a lot better when it's a little bit cheaper for them. Overall, I mean, it's not going to be too big a change for us since everyone's going to be having to go to it once it takes effect, but it's something that's easy for us to do at least, and we will be able to easily change the taxes in there and start charging and doing all that. So it won't be too big of a shock once it finally hits in, but it'd be nice to not have it too. So.
Okay, Eric, thank you very much for your time today, and enjoy. If you get a chance to hang out with the show, enjoy it.
Thank you very much.